director here at the BFI London Film Festival, presented in partnership with American Express, and it's a really special night for us tonight because we are here for our Cunard Gala and for the world premiere screening of Joy. I would like to express my thanks to Cunard, our main sponsor. It's really wonderful to have you as partners and friends at the festival. We really value that, and tonight will be very special. This film is incredibly inspiring. It tells a story that I personally had no knowledge of before I saw the film, of these three incredible and very determined scientists who really battled the odds and created something that has changed millions of people's lives. And it was from this very land that we're on that this was done. So it's an incredible homegrown story that I think everyone in this room should be very proud of. And I think that you will walk away tonight just looking at the world a little differently. So to introduce the film tonight, we have the film team with us. Would you please give a very warm welcome to director Ben Taylor.
Hi guys, this is extremely intimidating. Thank you all for being here, and thank you to the London Film Festival for having us. And thank you to Netflix and to Patho for making this possible. Joy is a particularly British story, and it was filmed almost entirely here in London, so we couldn't be happier that this is the world premiere of this film. I'm going to keep it very short because I know everyone just wants to see Bill Nighy, so I'm going to invite some people onto the stage. I've chickened out and written these because I'm convinced I'm going to forget people's names. So first of all, I would like to bring out my incredible producers and friends, Amanda Posey and Finola Dwyer. Our incredible writer, Jack Thorne, who's co-creator, and it is my huge honour to introduce to you Bill Nighy, who plays Patrick's stepson. And James Norton, who plays Bob Edwards. And the absolutely incredible Thomasin Mckenzie, who I'd also like to quickly acknowledge some very special people in the audience tonight. We have Tanya Moody, who plays Muriel. Rich Starr, who plays Aaron. Dougie McCutcheon, who plays John Brown. And Ashley Rivera, who plays Sally. We also have many of our fantastic HODs who brought this film to life in the audience, so a big round of applause for them. And very excitingly, we have Bob Edwards' daughters and family with us. So it's quite a list. Patrick Steptoe's son Andrew and his family. John Webster, the registrar featured in this film. Gracie MacDonald and her son Alistair, the world's first boy born through IVF. And finally, the human embodiment of a spoiler, the world's first IVF baby, Louise Brown.
I'm not going to cry, we're going to get on with the show, but this is a really extraordinary story of what these three individuals achieved. So Ben, can you tell us why for you this was an important story to tell? What drew you to telling the story of Joy?
Yeah, it's an incredibly personal story for me because we've got two amazing children that were only made possible by IVF. So that was a big factor. The other factor was this guy, Jack Thorne, who I've been a lifelong fan of, and the opportunity to work with him on something this special was too much, too good to believe.
And as you were working on the script together, was it a very collaborative process, or were you sort of getting these beautiful scripts and then collaborating from there?
It was collaborative. I come from a TV background. This is my first feature film. So I gave a lot of useless notes, which were just more of this, more of that. I just wanted stuff because it was all so great. So that sort of didn't go anywhere because it had to be the length it was. But no, Jack's incredibly generous and has just been a huge supporter of me through the whole process.
And Thomasin, a question for you. Your character Jean is really pivotal to this story about someone who was written out of history for quite a while. Can you talk about the research that you did to play this role?
A lot of the research came from Jack and Rachel's work. They spent years doing painstaking research into Jean and into the invention of IVF. So a lot of it came from them and from the script. Apart from that, we were lucky enough to visit Guy's Hospital and to see real embryologists in action. Jean was the OG embryologist. So it was mind-boggling to witness that. I managed to find out where Jean grew up, so I visited her home in Cambridge and explored that area and walked down the paths that she would have been, and went to Oldham outside of Manchester where IVF was born. Learned how to write like Jean. There was a lot of research to be done. It's a huge responsibility to tell the story of a real human being, a true story. So yeah, and I think we've done it well.
Your character is, the three of your characters are very pivotal in this story, but your character in particular is the person that unlocks so much of it. And what was your reaction to reading Jack's script, and what sort of propelled you to want to play this character?
Perhaps initially what to wear. Thank you, Jack. And to get I mean, everything about it. It was a terrific script. I did apparently live through these events, but my father used to say, I wish I had a memory when I was a boy, and I was thinking, how can you not have a memory? Well, now I understand. But I didn't realise I was very drawn to it, not least, if not most, actually, because of the way in which it's been referred to, the way in which Jean Purdy, Thomasin's character, has been airbrushed from the whole story because she didn't have a penis. And in that traditional way. And in the traditional way, I don't suppose they were even conscious of it. It was just what you just dismissed women. And the fact that the film not restores her, but places her at the centre of the story was a big part of the appeal, because I think any opportunity you have to put a bomb under that particular male tendency is an opportunity not to be missed. And you can't have a bigger story. I mean, there's another spoiler, which is that there are now, I've heard 12 million, I've also heard 16 million women who have children, who would not have had children, had these three obsessives not persevered, failing and failing and failing and failing, and being attacked by the church and the newspapers and their families, without any help or funding from the medical association, in temporary buildings outside of Oldham Hospital, because nobody in London would touch them. They were called Dr. Frankenstein and all kinds of names. And they persevered them, who is here tonight. Louise Brown was born and everybody shut up. So it couldn't be a bigger story. It was a great thing to be involved in.
And James, before you came onto this project, how much did you know about this story before you embodied this role and came on this film?
Yeah, very little. Embarrassingly, I'm at the age where I have friends who have gone through the IVF journey, and I know two of them are here this evening, and I know their children, and it's astounding to think of a world without those little kids who I know and love so dearly. So I know from friends' experiences what it's to go through the IVF journey, but I have now since spoken to Jack and Rachel and Ben and others who are close to this movie about that process. And I'm in awe of women who go through it. And then obviously I knew very little about the origin story. And as you said, it's so wonderful to be, it's British. You know, there was, Andrew Shettles was heading up a whole American attempt to find the first IVF, to bring back the first IVF baby. There was a similar kind of movement in Australia. There was a kind of moon race going on. And little old Blighty, you know, we won. But not just that, you know, it's about the science, it's about these three amazing pioneers who you know, good people doing a good thing for the greater good and being really good at what they're doing. It's that. But as Bill says, it's the heart of this film is really the women who put themselves through that process of IVF many times over, and they didn't have any guarantee, if any guarantee, that they were going to have a child with it. And there's a scene which you'll see where one of them says, it's for the future, it's for the women who come after us, and we, as people 50 years on, stand on their shoulders, and I hope this film will remind us to really protect the choice that those women and those scientists have given us.
It's an incredibly special film, and yeah, it's okay. I'm going to cry just thinking about it, so I need to get off the stage. But Ben, is there anything you would like to tell this audience before they embark on this incredible film?
Oh God, it's quite late, so probably not.
It's late. I'm going to cry. We're ready.
Yeah, no, just incredibly grateful to be here and for you guys all to be here, and we just hope you enjoy it. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much.